Lesson 4.1, Graphing Polynomial Functions. How do you identify and graph polynomial functions? When you are asked to evaluate a function at a particular point, it means that this x should always be 3. So any x that you happen to see in your function, it wants you to replace that x value with 3. So let's go ahead and rewrite the function, but wherever there is a green, I am going to put a 3 instead because I'm evaluating at 3. So I'm going to solve when f was 3. So I have 2, there is a 3, minus 8, there's another 3, plus a 5, there's another 3, minus a 7. These 3's were all replaced because that is what you told me x was. So now I'm going to evaluate. F at 3 will always stay as f at 3 because this tells us that we are evaluating the f rule, the f function, at the value 3. This will never change. So f at 3 is going to equal, you're going to solve the right side all the way down till you get your final answer. So order of operations says the first thing I need to do are my exponents. So I have 2 times the exponent of 3 to the 4th power is 81. Minus 8 times the 3 to the 2nd power is 9. Plus 5 times 3 minus 7. Order of operations said the first thing we had to do was exponents. Now, evaluating the f rule at 3, the next thing I need to do is multiply and divide at the same exact time from left to right. So the first multiply I see is 2 times 81. 2 times 81 is 162. The next multiply I see is minusing an 8 times a 9, so I am minusing a 72. Next multiplication I see is I'm supposed to add the 5 times 3, which means I'm adding the 15, and there is no other multiplication. Order of operations now says I'm supposed to add and subtract from left to right as I see it. So the first subtraction that I see is 162 minus 72. So I have 90 plus 15 minus 7. Now I see 90 plus 15, which is 105. And then I have 105 minus 7, which is 98. So I did the 2 times the 81 to get the 162. I did to the 8 times 9 to get the 72. Did the 5 times 3 to get the 15. Then I had to do the 162 minus the 72 to get the 90. Then I did the 90 plus 15 to get the 105. I then did the 105 minus 7 to get the 98. F at 3 stays as f at 3 because this is saying I tested the f rule using the number 3 and I got the answer 98. This also gives you a quarter point. It says I tested the number 3 and I got the answer 98. Let's take a look at your next one. I'm now testing the h rule using my x values. Here is the h rule. It says to use my x at 2. So since I'm being told my x is 2, all of these x's need to be replaced with a 2. So I have a negative, negative. That needs to be replaced with a 2. Minus 2, that is supposed to be replaced with a 2. Minus 3, that is supposed to be replaced with a 2. Plus 4. All of these 2's came because this is what I was told x was, and I was supposed to evaluate at the x. That is supposed to be a 2. The minute I put 2's in for x, this should have said 2 to tell me that I was evaluating at 2. So now we're going to go ahead and solve. So the first thing you need to do is exponents. Next thing I need to go through and I need to do is multiplication. Now I'm going to go through and add and subtract from left to right as I see it. So negative 8 minus 8 is a negative 16. Negative 16 minus 6 is a negative 22. Negative 22 plus 4 is a negative 18. This is answer number 1. I tested the h rule at 2 and I got the answer negative 18. This is answer number 2. I tested the h rule at the number 2, and when I did, I got the answer negative 18. Next problem, let's go ahead and solve the f function at x. This is the function, and you're told to solve it when x was 4. So all these green x values now need to be rewritten as 4. Negative, negative. Now I'm supposed to write the 4, and the 4 is raised to the 3rd power. So testing my f rule at 4, the first thing we're supposed to do is exponents. So going through and doing my exponents, negative, negative, 4 to the third power is 64, plus 3, 4 to the second power is 16. Now I'm going to multiply from left to right as I see it. There's only one multiplication problem. Now I'm going to add from left to right as I see it. The first adding is a negative 64 plus 48. Now I see negative 16 plus 9. This is answer number 1. I tested the F rule at 4 and I got the answer negative 7. This is answer number 2. I tested the F rule at 4 and I got the answer negative 7. There are 2 problems left on the page. Please do these 2 problems for independent practice.